Good morning to all my dear class 12 students. Welcome everyone to our geography practical class. Today I will continue chapter number 3, that is graphical representation of data. Students, in our last class we have already learned about line graph and polygraph. Today we will learn about bar diagram, and the topic is simple bar diagram. A simple bar diagram is constructed for an immediate comparison, and it is advisable to arrange the given data set in an ascending and descending order and plot the data variables accordingly. Okay, and however time series data are represented according to the requiring of the time period. So one example is here. Based on this data we will learn how to construct a bar diagram. Within the sets of data, against 12 months are here, and against each month's amount of rainfall is given, and the unit of rainfall is centimeter. At first we have to opt a scale, that is vertical scale. Here we have chosen 1 centimeter equals to 5 centimeter of rainfall. Thus we have to plot the same within a graph, and after plotting all the data we have to put the colors on the bar. And after the completion of the drawing of bar diagram, do not forget to put the scale, horizontal scale as well as vertical scale, and put the heading bar diagram showing average monthly rainfall of Thiruvananthapuram. Okay, then come to the next topic, that is line and bar graph. Line and bar graph means we have already learnt about how to plot the bar graph and how to plot the line graph. So whenever this two variables, that means line graph and bar graph, will be drawn within a same frame, then it will be known as line and bar graph. So here is an example is here, months, temperature in degrees Celsius and rainfall. So two variables are here. With the help of one variable, that means temperature, we will learn how to plot the line graph, and with the help of rainfall data we will plot the bar diagram. Come to the diagram, line and bar graph. This is horizontal, this is vertical scale, and this was in horizontal scale. So we have to choose the scale for both line and bar graph, and try to take the scale as same for both sides. That means for plotting of line graph and for the drawing of bar graph, always try to take same scale. So after choosing the scale, we have to at first plot the data of line graph, then plot the data of bar graph. After the completion of line graph and bar graph, please don't forget to write down the scale. Then come to the next topic, that is compound bar diagram. When different components are grouped in one set of variable, or different variables of one component are put together, their representation is made by a compound bar diagram. One example is here. Construct a compare bar diagram to depict the data as given below. 3 years are here, 2008 to 9, 2009 to 10, and 2010 to 11, and three components are here: thermal power production, hydro and nuclear. Then this is compound bar diagram. Compound bar diagram means within a single bar diagram we will show different variables. That means the production of thermal and hydro as well as nuclear within a same bar graph. So that's why the name of this bar graph is compound bar diagram, which will show us gross electricity generation in India. Then come to the next topic, that is pie diagram. The pie diagram is another graphical method of representation of data, and it is drawn to depict the total value of the given attribute using a circle. So we all know that how to plot the pie diagram, and it is always drawn to depict the total value of the given attribute using a circle. One example is here, unit or we can say region and percentage of Indian export. So the name of the continents are here, and the percentage of Indian export or the data is given here. we have to calculate. For the drawing of the pie diagram, we have to make a simple table. Okay, the first one is countries, then the percentage that are already given within the data, then the calculation and the degree value. The percentage value, we have to just simply multiply the value by 3.6. So whenever we will multiply the percentage value by 3.6, then this value will be converted to degree value, and thus we will get the degree values. And after getting all the degrees, we can easily plot the pie graph, and within this pie diagram we have to mention the name of the countries or the continents which is given on your data. We have to write down the name like this and put the heading also. Then come to the next topic, that is dot map. Dot map is, the dot map are drawn to show the distribution of phenomena such as population and types of crops, etc., and the dots of same size as per the chosen scale are marked over the given administrative units to highlight the patterns of the distribution. So with the help of dot map, mainly we usually represents the data of population. One data is here, for example some union territories and some states name is given, then the total population is given. We have to find out the number of dots. Okay, how we will find out the number of dots? The total population is given, we have to choose a scale, and according to the scale that we will choose, we have to divide all the values. Okay, so after converting the total population and with the help of the scale, we can convert the total population into number of dots. Okay, so we have to calculate this like this, and this is the total population and this is the number of dots, and number of dot means we have to divide this value by our chosen scale. After getting all the number of dots, we have to put all the data and we have to put the dot in respective states, and after plotting the dots, we have to put the heading here and dot map showing the population of India, and the year is given here 2011, and always write down the scale within the dot map. That is, here we have chosen 1 dot equals to 2 lakh persons, so we have to divide all the values by 2 lakhs. So students, that's all for today. The remaining part of this chapter will be discussed in our next class. Till then, stay safe. Thank you.